So this is another kind of update video. There's not masses to show, but we did make some progress with getting the fridge framing all sorted out. So if you've seen the previous videos, you'll have seen that we built this part of the kitchen unit before, and we also had these rails in here, and these are carefully set to get the fridge height just right. So the fridge has 4 feet, so the fridge feet are going to sit on there and there. You'll also see these uprights, which the fridge will also screw into, and the rest of the video will detail out the rest of this framing and the joints and how we make those joints. So hopefully you'll enjoy. Yeah, trying to get this in position is quite hard work because it's got to sit in a specific place in 3-dimensional space, but you've got to kind of build a framework for it and then get that position fixed. So the important thing here is this. I think they actually designed this fridge to fit in the Ducato chassis. So the way they've done all these cutouts and stuff matches in with the Ducato or Peugeot and Citroen. But it actually works quite nicely in the Transit. The key to it is, I don't know if I can show you very well, this cowl here, it draws the air in and pushes it through the radiator or the heat exchanger, and it should seal off pretty well against this strip to make sure that the air being drawn in, the cool air, gets up and gets fed up and through the radiator, and then it gets exhausted out of the top. So what that means is I need to put in some walls on the sides which will have insulation in them, not to keep the fridge warm or cold, but to help insulate against the noise generated by the fridge. I realise I probably haven't shown you how far we've got so far properly. So we've got the kitchen unit there, that's linked into the bed frame. So here you can see the frame that I've made. It's going to kind of enclose the fridge. And one of the useful features here is these little hinge brackets, which just means that we can go for whatever angle we want here, and then to secure it, it's just got a couple of screws through into the plywood. This one doesn't really take any load, it's just to hold a thin wall and some insulation. If we need to have solid connections into the wall elsewhere, we'll be using rib nuts like we've done on the ceiling, on the walls and things down here. I'm just recreating this setup for the other side. So I designed these and then printed them, and this is pretty much how they come off the printer, but I've cleaned off most of the stuff, but at the minute they're fixed because of the way they printed. And what I'm going to do, so what I've designed them to do is tapped the holes now. Okay, so the corner just drops in, and then these are M6 fasteners. By the way, if anyone wants to know what these tools are, these are by Wera, W-E-R-A. Absolutely brilliant tools. Not cheap, but if you want a decent quality tool, I would highly recommend them. I've got a few now. This was a Christmas present, it came with a kit of parts, ratchet stuff, which I've been using on this project a lot. Okay, so that's there. Then we've got this one. The only thing you've got to make sure is that you get, if you've got, well, you just got to get your orientation correct. So this is the visible face, so I'm making sure that the side with the solid face, they're all on the same side. So when they're screwed together, then all we've got to do is just gently push it that way, and that just frees it up, and then it's good to go. The nice thing about these parts is that they're printed as a single piece, so the hinge and everything is totally integral. I haven't got to assemble anything together. So now I've got to put the third piece on, third hinge on here, and that will be that piece ready to get screwed together. Doesn't matter. Here you can see the template that we've made. We did one in cardboard first and then made it out of plywood. This will then be used to trace onto our aluminium composite panel walls. You can see here I've got some mounts that I've designed and made on the 3D printer. They don't actually quite work right, so I'm going to go print some more in a different size. They're not strong enough for the small fasteners, so the fasteners spinning them, and that's going to cause me lots of problems, so I'm just going to do them to the next bolt size up and get some more nuts tomorrow. I think I'm now going to put the fridge in and screw it into place, just check that it all fits right. So here we can see the fridge in its frame, the plate we've made that we'll use to trace out the panels that will cover it, and so there'll be insulation under here, and then there'll be insulation and a panel around the back. Hi guys, again, if you've enjoyed watching this, please do comment, like, and definitely subscribe to the channel. We've both got a week off now, so we're going to try and use that to really push on the build, so there should be a couple more videos this week, hopefully.